Okay, guys, here we are on Drafting Out Loud. Drafting Out Loud. We are going to try to take advantage of our underdog market movers if we can. We can see who they are here based on our ranks. We'll try to hit them where we can. If Jamar Chase fell us a 3.2, that would be great. If not, we'll settle for ideally Puka falling to us, which we have not been lucky enough to really get up falling Puka. I think maybe we got him at five once or four, which is the standard spot. But we've not been lucky enough to get him at a really nice discount. Not going to happen this time because he actually goes at two here ahead of Gibbs, unfortunately. Not sure what we're going to do here with this pick. I think I'm going to try to just uh, get my exposures a little bit balanced with this, and we are just gonna hit up, why not? Let's do it for the bit. One of our risers in Christian McCaffrey. I believe it's a riser. Isn't he a riser? Let's see if we can find that where he was on the list. Even though he's on the list, we don't talk about him much. Is he a riser or is he a value? He's got to be a value, right? Where is he? There he is, Christian McCaffrey. So he goes 6.1 on DraftKings, 7.2 on Underdog. Not really even a value. He goes to the same place as Jonathan Taylor. I do have a little bit more Jonathan Taylor than I have Christian McCaffrey. So it's it whatever. We're kind of smoothing out our ownership a little bit. Have zero desire to have Christian McCaffrey on my team, but I do. But he could be all that, so we got to get him a little bit. We are at what? Like, wow. This is going to get us to maybe like 4% or something like that. Christian McCaffrey. So still, well, yeah, 4%. So still well below where we need, where, would be average for Christian McCaffrey. Let's see, who did we get Christian McCaffrey within our. We went running back last time with Christian McCaffrey. We got Omarion Hampton, so we're not going to do that again. I can tell you that much. Kenneth Walker would be good. We can't get him. Going to be Rashee Rice or Trey McBride. One of the two. Okay, Rashee Rice just went. So we're gonna go Trey McBride, and that's gonna because we're not gonna go Omarion Hampton two times in a row. Trey McBride's gonna give us a potential bring back. We talked about this before when we drafted Christian McCaffrey a long time ago. That hey, wouldn't it be nice if we do draft Christian McCaffrey to get that bring back at least, or potential bring back at least? And so we got to go in this time. I wanted to get Rice just because Rice is probably gonna keep on rising. And that means Trey McBride will keep on falling. So you'll probably be able to get Trey McBride there again in the future. It might be harder, if not impossible, to get Rashee Rice at that point in the future. We are at average for Trey McBride though now. So we got that going on also. Who do we have based on ranks? Next on ranks would be Josh Allen, who we could get a pick after ADP. I think we'd have to consider that. Brock Bowers here going to round three again. AJ Brown into the AJ Brown rising up the boards a little bit. I mean, I don't want it, but if they give it to me, I'll take it. They didn't. So it's one of those two guys. Okay, we're gonna go and take we're gonna go 3 for 3. Is Trey McBride on the list as a value? I think Trey McBride was on the list as a value as well, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna go 3 for 3 here. Let's get another platform value in Josh Allen, which is a little unfortunate because both of my Christian McCaffrey teams now have Josh Allen as their number one QB. Whatever, we'll do it. We won't do it the next time though. Don't really want to take like Travis Etienne if you ask me. So if we can get Kyron Williams falling, that would be fun because then again it'd be a little bit of a bring back thing going on. We can't. So that's a little unfortunate. Whatevs. Based on ranks, Javonte Williams is the next. That'd also be good based on ADP, so that'd be nice. Was Trey McBride on the list? I think he was. Let's take a look. Platform values. Trey McBride. Yeah, so we're 3 for 3 on the on hitting players on our list. Can we go 4 for 4? Can we go 4 for 4? That's Trey McBride or Colston. Oh, we got Devonta Smith on that list too. So, or DJ Moore. Okay. Those are all good players to hit. I think it's got to be in that order right there or this order right here. I'm not sure. It's fun to get Colston Loveland. It's tough to go 2 stud tight ends. Also, there's a chance that McBride or that Loveland gets to 54. There's like 0 chance. Oh, darn that. And there's a chance that both of them get to 54. We're going to go with DJ Moore. We just don't need 2 tight ends like that. And I don't know if we have any DJ Moore, Josh Allen. We'll just do it. Colston Loveland goes 1 pick after that, so we weren't getting that. But we are 4 for 4 on players. It would have been really nice if Devonta Smith got to us slightly past ADP. I like the Devonta Smith pick. You know, we had DJ Moore on our other team as well. And we got him in the fifth actually, but he's been rising the whole time. So it'd have been tough probably to get him in the 5th round now that his ADP's before that pick anyways. Based on rank, the next player is David Montgomery at 53. And we're going to try to hit that one too. Why not? Let's go 5 for 5 if we can. Will the draft let us go 5 for 5? We are definitely doing it if we can do it. This guy's got 0 running backs. This guy's only got 1, so it's going to be and we didn't. Darn. That'd have been pretty sweet if we did. Devonta Adams to get another bring back. We got a San Francisco and Arizona and a Los Angeles Rams guy. I know Adams is falling, but I think it makes sense from a potential build perspective on like trying to get correlation at value on a player that we haven't drafted a whole ton. I don't think. We'll find out right now. Yeah, behind the market on Devonte Adams there. Lamar Jackson would be fun just to get like 2 elite QBs and just be done with it and have something unique that way. That being said, it does get tough when you draft a second unique or elite QB that early because then you just are looking weak. And then we also have an elite, tight end as well. So then we're looking it's even tougher if we do that. We do have Devonte Adams now, and so we could do a Puka Nacua thing and not a Puka Nacua, sorry, a Matthew Stafford thing, and then get some really late tight end value as well. And I think that's fun if something like that can happen. Next player on our ranks is Parker Washington. He's a value and he's rising up the boards. Brian Thomas just went. Marvin Harrison would be a stack. He just went. Okay, we're going to take Parker Washington because he's on our ranks. And that's what we do. We are 5 for 6. We did say there was value in Parker Washington. We do have him well above the market when it comes to um, percentage wise on Parker Washington. That's probably the earliest we've drafted him. I like to try to make him get to the next round, but that's going to get harder and harder now. Michael Wilson's there, which would be another Arizona Cardinal, which would be nice. If Tyler Warren made it as a really odd pick, that I mean, I think running well, this is tough. The last chance at running back here. Not a huge fan of Michael Wilson. I could be wrong about that, but I think if we can get a running back, that would be nice. Tyler Warren's a bring back on Parker Washington. There's probably a good chance that neither of them make it to us. If neither of them make it to us, we could go Michael Wilson or we could go JSN. I think those two would make the most sense at that point in time. Or sorry, Michael Wilson or JSN. That's so, or Trevor Lawrence would be the two. Darn. Yeah, they both went. It would have been nice if we got one of those two. There's also Tyler Algier there. Michael Wilson actually is a. Let's go Michael Wilson here. We got the stud QB. We have other stacks we can do in Parker Washington or there goes Tyler Algier, one pick after. He would have been an option for us also. Trevor Lawrence usually never makes it all the way back around, but we would have taken Trevor Lawrence if he did make it all the way back around. What we might do, where's the Puka drafter number 2? We might see if Stafford goes by 98. If he doesn't, we'll try to get Stafford at like 115. That would be a fun option. Um, Falling Harold Fannin, not something we're super excited about, but something we could do. The running backs at this point are just ugly. We don't need another Jacksonville guy. We could open up another stack with Chris Godwin, who is a value on this website also. We could get another San Francisco guy and Ricky Pearsall. Pearsall's falling though. Godwin is not. We'll go Godwin here. We have a lot of Godwin. We have a good amount of Pearsall as well, but Godwin, we have a crazy amount of Godwin. Basically, 1/3 of our teams have Godwin. Uh, Pearsall, not Brock Purdy. J.K. Dobbins, Blake Corum would be a possible pick here. Again, we're going to try to push Matthew Stafford around. So we're not taking Stafford. There goes Corum, unfortunately. This is what happens, which is crazy. Just running backs dry up. So, and this is what the trouble I get into over and over again recently. They're just they're just drying up so much faster. So much faster. You can open up a Pittsburgh. There goes Stafford, unfortunately. Purdy's still available. If I take Pearsall, that disincentivizes everyone else to take Purdy, right? Because Evans is on this side of the board. So I could go Pearsall. Wandale's on our list. That opens up a Cam Ward stack. And he's on our list as well. Let's do it for the bit. Okay, we got 6 wide receivers. If Brock Purdy makes his way around, I think we select him to go with Christian McCaffrey. And then we try to get like George Kittle with like the next pick or something like that if he makes it back around to us there. And then we're done at tight end and at QB. That would be kind of interesting. It'll make us look really bad at wide running back again. But then we just kind of almost running back the rest of the draft, basically, is what we'd be doing if it works out that way. If we can't get there was Baker Mayfield was another option. If we can't get that, we got Tony Pollard there as an option, and ugly Kenneth Gainwell as an option, right? Like just to hit up on running backs after that. Those would be our darn Brock Purdy goes. That would have been a fun pick if Purdy made it to us. An unstacked Purdy there, I don't know. Don't get it. But I guess he also has an unstacked Mahomes. Maybe he gets Mahomes with Lemon or Tate. He also took Pollard, which is unfortunate. We have no interest in him anymore. And that's the problem. Like these running backs, like in the last couple drafts, like get snapped up. There goes Gainwell. Like this is killing me. We get Jordan Mason ahead of ADP. That's not what we want to do, but that's maybe what we do end up doing because we don't need another running back. We don't need where's tight end? We got Kincaid at 127. We can take Kincaid with our next pick if we want. Let's go Jordan Mason here. Not what we want to do, but it is what we are doing. And then at QB, we're running out of options at QB, at least like good QBs. All right. We got, where is he? Ward at 140. So what we can do is get Ward at this pick around here. Right? We can get the falling. So here's the thing, like if we don't get Kincaid here, then the chance of getting Kincaid are slim if we want to make sure we get Ward, right? So we can't get them both. There are some running backs available here. We don't really need Kincaid. We have DJ Moore stacked up with Allen, and we don't need to like double stack Allen, and we do need running backs. We got nothing at running back. We know that running backs are going to be harder and harder to come by as the draft goes on. So I do think it is a running back. We'll go for the riser first, I guess, just because he's Jacksonville. We have another Jacksonville guy. Why not? There we go. So we're not getting that guy. It's unfortunate. There goes White also. See, this is what's been happening in drafts. We could go both Minnesota guys. We've done that before. We're just going to go Kincaid. We're done at tight end with McBride and Kincaid. We could have just taken a naked Malik Washington. There goes Aaron Jones at 128. Like running backs are just getting snapped up like mad. I think those are our two best options there. Eventually, we could get a Jacoby Brissett for the Tennessee stack as well. Sorry, not the Tennessee, the Arizona stack at 154. Jonah Coleman's an option. There goes Goddard. Based on rank. We're not gonna go after like an Omar Cooper Jr. or a Tyreek Hill just because how our team is constructed. That stinks that Malik Willis is still on the board. Go take Malik Willis. We don't want him. Coleman is falling, so not surprised that he's here a couple picks later. This guy's not going to take Malik Willis. I think it makes sense for us to stack up Wandale, if you ask me, as opposed to naked Malik Willis. There goes Jonathan Brooks. Is there a chance? 2, 1, 2, 1. One guy's got 0 QBs. We weren't looking close enough. Who's he going to stack with? He's got no one to stack with, so who knows who he's going to take. And you can see that he took Malik Willis right afterwards as his third QB. And then Bryce Young. So probably a good idea for us to get a QB there. You know, as I think about this a little bit, we could have passed on Kincaid and grabbed, goes Coleman. We could have passed on Kincaid and grabbed a running back, knowing that we could get Henry later on what's his name? The Tennessee tight end, Gunnar Helm instead. So we probably should have done that. We might get Ja'Cory. We've been getting a lot of Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt recently, which is kind of wild. These guys have 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. So we can push, ideally, Jacoby Brissett around, which means we're just getting one of these guys. Is there a reason we go one versus another? Oh, that's how we make our decision then, I guess. We'll see if Tracy ends up being the starter for a bit. Maybe we get lucky with that one. We just need running backs. Is this part of it? Hopefully we can get a Spears late to go with Cam Ward. Where's he going? He's going pretty late. Yeah, 181. And James Conner to go with Jacoby Brissett if we can get Jacoby Brissett with our next pick and then get a falling James Conner. That'd be nice. This guy still has 0 QBs. This guy's only got 1 QB. This guy's got 2. So it'd be hard to push Brissett around again. It would be fun to get him as a falling third QB on a team that has bringbacks and a big Arizona stack at a value, right? So like we got everything. If he falls to us, it makes sense on every level. So we kind of got to do it, right? So that makes, okay, there goes Travis Hunter at 156. So not really falling in this one. Basically, there are some teams with 2 QBs, but I don't think they really have much. If you ask me, they don't have much reason, but that hasn't stopped anyone from getting a third QB. This guy's got Marvin Harrison if he wanted to get Dart, Love, and Jacoby Brissett. And if he does get Brissett, who cares? We got 2 QBs. We're done. We're good there. And then we go grab another running back at that point. Let's see if it, there we go. Okay, Jacoby, you're on the team at a value. A nice stack. we say Jacoby Brissett? Joe, it looks like it's Jacoby Brissett. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Jacoby Brissett? I don't know. Just listen to Hayden Winks talk about Emmett Johnson. They were not too high on him. It sounded like they were very like iffy on him. I think our next two picks are either James Conner or Tajay Spears. We're not getting Conner, so that's Spears is our next pick. If he makes it to us, we'll let someone else take Emmett Johnson if they want to. We need running backs, so it's kind of all these guys here. There's Tank Bigsby as well. There was Emmett Johnson, so we didn't have to think about it even. You could argue one of these other guys is the better pick than Spears, but if Spears ends up being the number two for Tennessee at least, right? He's still undervalued at that. He starts to rise. Or if Tennessee drafts Love and trades Pollard, he's still the number two, right? He rises then too. So I think all these running backs, I've been trying to get these running backs late. Oftentimes they're all rising though, which is the problem. Okay, we're gonna get Spears here with this pick. He's the one we'd be the most disappointed if we missed out on. But we're really hoping that one of these other, as I say it, one of them gets drafted. We're really hoping one of these other two running backs makes it to us because we're only at four running backs and neither of them made it to us. That's unfortunate. Sean Tucker was the running back I was trying to think of before. I think Nicholas Singleton and Jordan James are probably the two that we're most intrigued with at the next pick, right? Nicholas Singleton because of the um hopefully the upside if he gets a role. Jordan James because he'd be another player that is he's actually the backup to Christian McCaffrey, so we're not as excited because we have Christian McCaffrey on the team. This kind of stinks that the wide receivers are the ones that are falling. We don't want any of these wide receivers basically. We went so hard. Oh, there goes Singleton as well. That hurts. There goes. See, this is what's happening. There goes Wicks. This is tough. We're just gonna take Jordan James. Don't really like that pick, but we're gonna do it. We're above the field on Jordan James, not at this price, not because we want to. We could go DK if for our like seventh and last wide receiver. We could wait until the end and get I think Braylon Allen ahead. It probably makes sense just because again, what's going on with the running back? There aren't a whole lot that are left. And we can get Alec Iamanor at the very end of the draft. There's Gunnar Helm, but we don't need a third. Darn, that stinks. How are these teams doing at running back? Five, 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 all fives. Pulling up Ollie Gordon. We're gonna get Kamani Vidal. I think these are the three players that we need to have on our list here. Don't feel great about any of them. There goes DK. That's kind of good. Alec Iamanor, where is he at? He's like way down here now, somewhere. 226. You get like your last pick of your draft oftentimes. Unless you need them, then you can't get them with your last pick. I guess if Gunnar Helm fell to us, we could grab a third tight end. This is pick 17. Then we got three more after this. So we'd go like tight end, running back, wide receiver. We also go Terrence Ferguson. He's a bring back on our Arizona stuff. He's an upside tight end as well, but there's Colby Parkinson at the end. Who we got left at running back now? Is this the time where Trey Benson makes sense? Do we take the rookie and Katron Allen just because we got no better options? This pick 18, then we got 19 and 20. Let's just do it. Trey Benson is a horrible pick. We've avoided him, but he'd be a bring back and a stack. And if he plays, that'd be nice. So um these will be our next two picks if they get to us. We'll reluctantly take a Trey Benson. That'd be other option if nothing else shows up. Other top three players on the board. We're going to take Alec Iamanor first because he's a stack with our QB, and we got him. Oh, no, we do have him stacked with other players. Well, okay. I don't know. I don't know which one was the right one out of those two. There goes Trey Benson. Such an ugly running back room. Helani is the ugliest of ugliest bringbacks on Arizona also. Another rookie if we want it. Another rookie, another rookie. Isaac Guerendo if we want to take the entire 49ers backfield that is right now until someone else comes in and takes that number two job from both of them. Yeah, so who knows who would have been available at wide receiver. That being said, I feel like I don't know. We're not going to take another running back if we can avoid it. And these guys got 4 and 3 at tight end. We'll just take a tight end and hope that this disastrous of a running back room works out. So what could we have done different? I feel like obviously running back is where we could have done something more. We could have skipped him and gotten, one of these guys. Really, we were hoping that one of these guys, like Bigsby or Sampson or Robinson or Singleton, made it here. None of them did. And so we end up with James here. So like all of our running backs get compressed a little bit. This pick could have been Benson, but I feel like he's just not going to have a spot this year, is what it feels like. And so hopefully we at least have points and we avoided a zero, maybe. Maybe not. He's not really he's kind of hasn't been the pass catcher though either, even though I think he was expected to be a little bit of a pass catcher, but Connor's been more of a pass catcher. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We start with 4 for 4 on players on our list. We got 4, 5 players on our list, 6 players on our list. We end up with 6. That's a pretty great haul as far as players we're targeting. We have Allen stacked with Kincaid and DJ Moore right here. This Kincaid pick could have been Aaron Jones. Jonathan Brooks got pulled up crazy too. So I don't think there's any of these picks that were like horrible. Like, do I want to go both Minnesota guys again? I've done it more than once, I think. But it might work out, it might not. I have it enough to where I'm nervous that it could all blow up in one's face. Okay. But I got Allen stacked with 2 guys. I got Ward stacked with 3 guys, two pass catchers and the pass catcher running back. I got Brissett stacked up with Wilson, 2 pass catchers, Wilson and McBride. I have the bring back with McCaffrey and Adams, and there's at least one more bring back in here somewhere, right? James and Parkinson. So big bringbacks on that division right there. When it comes to, and then yeah, with Arizona, yeah, big bringbacks there. Don't have any bringbacks on Buffalo. And I do have the Parker Washington bring back for Tennessee. That's the only one for Tennessee. I did see another 3773 team right here. Let's take a look, see how we did. They went they went running back Walker, Scattaboo, and then they waited till Washington. 3, then Marks, Singleton. They took 2 of the guys that we were. Oh, Holtz. Oh, darn. We were hoping to get Davis here with this pick, but he got pulled up right there. Like just the running backs kept on getting pulled up. And this guy went 7 as well, right? Like so it's hard to when other teams are pulling up so many running backs also. And this is the guy that kind of messed with us, right? He's got 3 early ones, and then he still took 4 more late. That totally messes with with all the dynamics. The guy took Benson. Like Benson maybe makes all the way around if he doesn't take Benson here, possibly. Okay, so he goes 7 running backs. He went 2 kind of early, one early in Walker, and then Scattaboo at like ADP. Scattaboo's a little bit of a risk, so you understand why he took 7. He waited till late also to kind of keep on taking a mismatch of running backs later on. So we both kind of did like this hero RB thing a little bit, but he took his second one way earlier than I did. His 7 makes sense as well for the most part. Although you could argue that 6 is good for him, considering he did take Scattaboo and you're Scattaboo, and you're trying to draft like you're right. That is a bring back on Jane Daniels, which is nice. We both went 7 wide receivers. He went 3 out of the first four picks. And then he waited until McMillan, Tesla, Hollywood Bound, Bateman. Bateman was a stack with Daniels, and Tesla was a stack with Goff. So it makes sense why he did seven. He did three early, but then he waited until way late to get the rest of them. So that makes sense why you're at seven. That's good. We went none in the first three picks, and then we just hammered wide receiver with six of them in a row. One, two, three, four, five, six. We couldn't get any good value at running back with any of the picks. So we just kept on going wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. And then we waited until the very end to grab our seventh. So we both got the same place. I think it makes sense why we're at seven wide receivers each and why we're at seven running backs each. We both went three tight ends. I went with the early tight end, and then I got Kincaid to stack, and then tight end with the last pick just because he went Fannin and Laporta. So two mid-round tight ends. He got Fannin at a good cost. He got Laporta to stack with Goff at a good cost as well. And then he got Chig at I think closer to his ADP. I think his ADP is like 160 on the site. Chig to stack. So he did a great job of stacking and getting costs there, especially with Laporta. Like, good job there. So three tight ends all in the middle. Makes sense why he did that. I like it. And then quarterback. I went early. He went two in the middle, like two early ones as well, but not as early. And then he got Goff early. So he went three in the pocket, basically. Three in the early part of the pocket in 6, 7, and 9. I got Allen. And then I tried to push around Stafford, wherever he went. Where'd he go? Where did Matthew Stafford go? Somewhere over here. Why can't I find him? Or did he get draft taken earlier? Trying to find Stafford here. Oh, Stafford. Oh, Stafford got taken earlier to the Puka drafter. So we were hoping that Stafford would get pushed around and we'd be able to like push him past this pick, but we didn't. So we took Wan'Dale Robinson instead, who was on our list of players. Oh, to take, did we count him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we did count him. 6 players on our list. Um, we took Robinson instead, who was on our list. He was considered a value. I don't think he's as much of a value because he's kind of a PPR scammy type of player, but he also opened up a stack with us for Ward, considering we weren't able to push Purdy, or we were actually hoping to push Purdy around one more time because we didn't have the San Francisco guys. But we weren't able to. That's the player we weren't able to. And instead, we were able to grab Ward at essentially cost to stack with Robinson. And then we were able to take Tracy here and push Brissett around one more round to get him in the 14th round. So we have 3 in the 3rd, the 12th, and the 14th. He's in the 3 in the 6th, 7th, 9th. They're both fine. They're both good. This is a lot here to get them all this early. And getting 3 with Allen is costly as well. But we did wait until the very end of a pocket here, and then kind of after the pocket here with these two. By getting Ward, we do pass up on some running backs, but they're all crap shoots anyways. And if we were to take, like, for example, Coleman here and then get Ward here, I don't think we feel much better than if we got Ward and Tracy like this. So I think we both have solid teams with what we did. His is maybe slightly more solid, assuming Scatabo plays. If Scatabo doesn't play, then we're kind of in the same boat, and maybe mine's slightly more solid. With these zero, the one thing about this is with these like zero and hero running back teams, if you can show that you have the best at tight end and the best at quarterback, you are ideally separating yourself in some way. So you can argue that's a good thing for us right there. But it's going to be tough to make this one move through, move to advance just because of how our running backs look. Mason could be the starter. Tracy could be the starter if Scatabo. So we're almost playing against that guy with Tracy. Spears could have a big role. We got the handcuffs, so that's kind of like a lost pick, assuming McCaffrey does awesome. Vidal could have a bigger role than expected, like a third down back role, and Allen is an unknown. So let me know what you think. Did I play this whole zero RB thing right? Which really the question is, which running back did I pass on that I shouldn't have passed on? Let me know in the chat, and I'll be surprised if you do. See you on the next one. Peace.